Hi guys, welcome to Devotion. I never remember what devotion we on, so I always have to look at my phone to see which one I've uploaded, and we're on number 27. And before we read today's devotion, we're going to say a little prayer. So y'all ready? Bow your heads. Lord, as we read this devotion for today, I pray that we receive the understanding that you want us to receive from it. I pray that we have wisdom, knowledge, and discernment to read through your word. I pray that everything we receive will apply to our life in a biblical way and not in a way to make others feel bad. And I ask for this in your son Jesus' name. Amen. And today's devotion is called You Can Start Over Anytime. Now, therefore, if you will indeed obey my voice and keep my covenant, you shall be my treasured possession among all people for all of times in the earth. Exodus 19:5. And it starts by saying, a lot of times we can feel stuck as if we have to carry on as we did the day before. We feel stuck in a job that no longer serves us, or stuck in situations that are hurtful to our soul. But the good news is we can start over anytime, any day, anywhere. When we feel like the walls are closing in on us, that's when we should look up for help from above. We aren't planted, we can pull up roots no matter how deep and move to where we can grow better. When the soil is no longer nourishing us and we can't see the sunshine, maybe it's time to take a move. A move will receive our souls. There's a reason we are where we are, but sometimes we are called to leave that situation, that job, or maybe that friend group. Is God nudging you to make a move? If so, don't be scared. God is always with us, even when we can't see it. He's with us through a transition in time and gives us everything we need to walk a new path. When jobs or situations no longer serve us, He will provide a way out. It's up to us to accept His invitation and let Him guide the way. It's not always easy, but trusting Him leads to unlocking amazing things we never thought possible. And when it say, I'm going to show y'all so y'all can know we serious. You can start over anytime. For example, a lot of times, for example, I had a lady the other day, when I was doing my preceptorship, she was an older lady. She looked to be like in her 40s, I'd say. And she was there with her dad, and she was talking to me about school because, I had my school uniform on. And she was like, she wanted to go to nursing school. And her excuse for not going was she felt like it was too late. And I told her, no, it's not, because when I first went to nursing school, I had a lady in my class 50 years old. I'm like, what makes you think, and I have an older lady in my class now. And I'm like, what makes you think just because of your age that it's too late for you to do something? If God put it on your heart to do it, you go do it. And I'm pretty sure if He put it on your heart, He already paved the way for you. Well, not pretty sure, I'm for sure. Because the things God places on our heart for us to do, He placing it on our heart for a reason. And He wouldn't be placing it on our heart if He didn't already know that we were capable of doing it. And He had already paved the way for us. And like I said, sometimes we just have to accept those nudges from God. Like He telling us to move, we need to move. And like you in a situation and it's draining your peace, make your mental bad, you always unhappy, and you just don't find no growth in that place no more, and you can't find the purpose or reason why you're there, it's time for you to move. I don't care how long you've been doing it, how long you've been dating, or how long this friendship has been going on. And two, another thing a lot of people don't understand, like you're gonna be friends with somebody since y'all were born, just to make it seem like a long time. And when God is trying to lift you up, all of a sudden, like, that person or those friends don't communicate with you no more. It's like they just drop off the face of the earth, and you wondering, like, what happened? Like, I used to talk to these people every day. I used to be with these people every day. Now it's like our friendship never existed, and that's because everybody can't go where God is about to take you. And sometimes He know that if you're stuck in certain friend groups, you'll never want to advance because of the surroundings that you're in. And like we have to learn to let things go and know that sometimes God's gonna put you in places where no one else can go. You have to go alone. And I know like sometimes it's the whole thing we're used to always having somebody with us. or like when we do certain things, we have, that codependency. But in that time too, God is teaching us that we only need to depend on Him and not man, because man can fail us at any time, but He'll forever fulfill it. He will never fail us, and He has already paved the way. So we have to learn to let certain things go, like I said, certain situations, jobs, friendships, relationships, all that. And I think we kind of talked about this in one of the other devotions too, about how, like, if you're in a relationship but it's not serving your purpose, it's only bring you down. Yes, sometimes we are placed in those positions to learn things, but when God is telling us to move, we need to move. We don't need to just be stuck there. Like, we get used to being somewhere for so long, and we feel like ain't no need to be trying to get out of this relationship and start over. When God telling you to start over, this person draining your peace, they draining your wallet, they draining your happiness, they draining your energy, they draining your refrigerator, and they replenishing you with nothing. And like, it ain't serving you a purpose no more. You always unhappy. You always tired. You look at them and make you angry. It's time for you to go. God telling you to move on, but you feel like since you've been there so long, you gotta stay. No, you don't. And I feel like a lot of times the reason we stay in places is because of familiarity. We know we move on. It's unknown to us when it's coming. But we know, like, if we stay in that certain situation, we already know how the outcome gonna be. If this happens, what that person gonna do, or how they gonna react when we not knowing of nothing. God is all knowing. So if He's telling us to move, He's telling us to move for a reason. And sometimes when you won't move, He gonna do some things, and you ain't gonna have no choice but to move. You gonna be like, okay, Lord, I'm gone. I'm leaving this situation. I'm leaving the job. You gotta move. But hey, it's up to you to listen to what He's telling you. Then you got this says, think about a time in your life when you were feeling unsettled. Maybe you're in that position right now. Maybe you've been there for a while. What are you being drawn toward? What are you being drawn away from? If you're feeling stuck and unsure about changing your path, take it to the Lord. He's already making plans for you. When you begin to listen to His calling, you take action in how you don't have to, and no, you don't have to be afraid to start over again. And if God tells you to start over, I watched a sermon one time, and he was like, I don't know if it was a man or a lady, I can't remember because it's been a while. But they was like, why are we afraid to start over when Jesus started over? God started over. When God created the earth, then Adam and Eve came, they ate the forbidden fruit, and then that led us into sin right there. And then the people Sodom and Gomorrah started acting crazy. He burnt the whole place down to the ground. Then, he came and he warned Noah, like, hey, I need you to build this ark right quick, because I'm finna flood the whole earth. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna start this thing over. So he flooded the whole earth. And only people were saved were Noah, his kids, and whoever, listened to him and went on the ark with him. So, and the animals. So, if God is telling you to start over, what makes you think you can't? If He flooded the whole earth, wiped everything out, and started everything over all over again. But you feel like you can't start over because you've been doing this for so long. You scared. And a lot of times that's why what stops us from starting over is fear, because that's the enemy. He doesn't want us to feel satisfied and that we're capable of doing nothing, because that goes against what God wants us to do. God didn't give us the mind of fear. And that's not the right terminology for it. What is it? Well, He didn't give us fear. You know what I'm saying? We're not supposed to fear anything. Fear for nothing, for nobody, no situation, no circumstance, because we give it to Him and He handles it. But if we sit here fearing, that letting us know that we're not faithful and trusting in Him, and we don't have faith in Him. And the enemy loved it, so he loved to plant fear in us. But we can't have all that fear. We have to just take it to the Lord, give it to Him, and do what He's telling us to do, and we'll see it through. So yeah, that was devotion number 27. I think that was a good one. Y'all be blessed, and remember that it's never too late to start over. Never too late to do what God's telling you to do. I don't care if you're 100. He telling you to do something, go do it. It's a reason. And y'all be blessed.